Hello, good morning once again. My name is Onwe Daniel, um, representing Recover Law Shares. Remember the last video we had, we talked about shares. This page, this channel is all about, is going to be teaching you about how to recover your less shares or how to invest in the stock market. So we're going to be giving you details about that. We talked about a lot of things regarding the stock market, especially how to recover your shares, how to open CSS account, what are registrars, and all of those things in our previous video. So we encourage you to visit our page, like our page, share it, and then we know that you will never regret it. So today we shall be picking them one after the other to discuss them. How far we can go is dependent on the time that we have available. So we're going to be picking the things that we're going to be talking about one after the other. On my list today, I have some questions here, and of course, we're expecting questions from you. Questions like anything that is bothering you regarding the stock market, we are ready to give you details and give you answers to them. Like I said, this page, this channel is meant to give you insight into what you need to know. Before you can be able to have interest on anything, you must seek to know insight, have insight first, because insight bring interest. If you know what you are going into, it gives you interest. It boosts your interest level to go into it. So that is why we are here to give you revelations about everything about the stock market, especially how to recover your lost shares as easily as it can be. So, number one question I have here is, what is dividend warrant? We're going to be talking about that. Or what is number two? I have, what is company shares? So many people don't know what a share is or shares are. So we're going to be talking about that. Then number three, we're going to be talking about how do I buy shares. Number four, what is an estate account? We talked briefly about it last time we released our last video. Uh, what are what is an estate account? Then number five, I have, how do I recover my lost or unknown shares? Because it is possible for you to have invested in the shares and you don't know the whereabouts of your investment. So how do I recover my lost or unknown shares? Then number six, I have, how do I open a CSS account? I think this one is, I think we should go just do the two today. That is, how do I, five and six, that's how do I recover my lost or unknown shares. And then we'll talk about, if time permits, we'll talk about how do I open a CSS account. Like I said in the last video that was released into Recover Lost Shares channel, I talked about the fact that a CSS account is an online account that every investor in the stock market is meant to have, because when they give you certificates that represents, that carries the number of your shares that you bought, the certificates are no longer what you use to go to the market and sell. In case you want to sell, you need to sell through online platform, through the stockbroking firm. So you must be able to have a CSS account where you deposit the number of unit of shares that you have into the CSS account, so you can be able to sell the shares whenever you want to. And the account can be opened wherever you are, whether you're in Nigeria or wherever you are. You can open the account, the CSS account online, and then view your shares there. So it's no longer uh, kept in certificate forms, because uh, the government discovered that, the stock exchange and Securities and Exchange Commission, they decided to, I mean, change the format of keeping the certificates in the house, where in most cases you get the certificate will get lost, or maybe fire. If there is fire incident, can can you can burn your certificate, or if there is theft or something, or in the course of movement, the certificate can get lost, sorry. And so they discovered that there should be an online account where you take the shares that are contained in your certificate and credit into your account online, which is known as CSCS account. So anywhere, anytime, you can be able to open and see your shares. And when you want to sell, you can sell it through the stockbroking firm where of your choice, where you open an account. So we are going to be talking about that. So number one, like I said, 5 and 6. So number 5, it says, how do I recover my lost shares? Before you can recover your lost shares, you must have been an investor. You must have invested. I remember in 2006 to 2007, um 2007 to stroke 2008, a lot of people bought shares, even those who did not have insight into what the stock market is or was then, as it were. They went into the stock market and bought. They went into buying of shares. I mean, because they saw that the stock market was doing well, and then they bought shares. So many people invested money here, there, and then when there was a collapse and there was crash in the stock market, a lot of people lost billions of naira. A lot of people lost their millions, a lot in hundreds of thousands, depending on what you invested there. And so, but in so many cases, it wasn't actually, the shares were still existing, but so many people lost interest because there was a collapse, a total collapse. So many people thought that because the stock market collapsed, everything got lost. No, it wasn't everything that got lost. There are some people that still have a lot of money there, and those monies, because if your investment has been there for a year or two or more, it has been accumulating, possibly maybe through the bonuses that were paid, and then dividend warrants that have been accumulating there. You have not been recovering them. We call them accumulated dividend warrant or unclaimed dividend warrants. So there must have been a significant growth to the level that you may be shocked at what you will see when you go to make findings. But when there was that collapse, that crash, so many people lost interest, thinking that their money was gone. No, it's not everybody that lost everything. Some people lose some, and then some were still remaining there. And then because of the bonuses and the dividends, it must have grown your shares, your level of investment there. So it is very, very important for you to go and find out how much you have there. So we're going to be giving you insight into all of this things. So how do I recover my losses? Number one, you need to have a CSS account. When you have a CSS account, a CSS account, like I said before, is Central Securities Clearing System. Central Securities Clearing System. So it's an acronym for that. So the account is open through your stockbroking firm. You choose the stockbroking firm. But we'll also be talking about what a stockbroking firm is, because some people, as they are hearing it now, they may not be knowing what stockbroking firm is. So we'll talk about it some other times. So you go to a stockbroking firm and open a CSS account where the shares will be credited into. So after you have done that, you can now give a mandate to a stockbroking firm, that very stockbroking firm, to recover your shares for you. If you don't know how to go about it, you can send us message. We'll connect you. We'll give you details about how to go about it. Or we also have a section where we recover shares for people. So in case you don't want to use recover lost shares for your investment, to recover your investment, don't worry. You can go to any stockbroking firm. Ours is to give you insight into what the stock market is entailed and how to go about recovering your shares. So by the time you have given a mandate is just a letter, you give them, mandating them to recover your lost shares for you, or unknown shares for you. You give them details about what the details you use in buying the shares. That's your name you use to buy the shares, and then you give them the, possibly if you have a certificate, you give them, because they need it as evidence there in the stock broking firm where you're going to be having the CSS account, and then they can be able to recover the shares for you. And then you pay, I think, a token for admin fee. If you are not okay with whatever they tell you, please choose another stockbroking firm. There are over 500,000 stockbroking firms in Nigeria, functional ones in Nigeria. So you can choose. There are varieties there. You can choose anyone that you're comfortable with. If you go to one and then they did not give you the cost for recovering your shares, you can move to the next one. and choose the one that can be cheap for you, the one that you want to operate with. So today we will be stopping here about shares recovery. So you recover your shares. We'll be talking about it entails more than just this, because some people's shares were bought for them by their parents, and then, or maybe their parents bought their shares and then bought the shares for themselves. That is, their parent bought for themselves. The parent bought shares for him or herself, and then the parent is late. The father or the mother, they are late. How do you go about recovering it? We call that estate account. So that is a special account. It is treated differently. So we're going to be choosing another time to talk about that estate account. Like I said, if you listen, stick with us. We're going to give you details that will make you recover the shares uh, that are there that you have been looking for, how to go about recovering them. We're going to give you insight into all of those things. I said before that over 80 billion naira, as it was reported in the newspapers, sometimes in 2017, is there in an accumulated form. That is dividends that have accumulated, bonuses that have accumulated there with, I think, with Ancom, the monies are there waiting for you to come and recover. But if you don't know how to go about it, how do you go about recovering them? So that is why we're here to give you details. So thank you very much for listening. Like I said, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like our page, share it so that it can be able to go viral, so that people can be able to have the knowledge that will bring them elevation, because information brings elevation. Thank you very much for listening once again. My name is Onwe Daniel. I represent Recover Lost Shares. Our page on Facebook is Recover Lost Shares with Ease. Go there, like the page, share it, and I believe that God will bless you. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye bye. See you again next time.